Okay, you've caught me here in my lair. This is my workshop here. This is where I work on a lot of my scale aircraft models in my other hobby. But what I want to show you here, some ideas here. Now, I just caught wind of something that just really made me mad. There's a company out there that's manufacturing basically bedbug pitfalls, and they're selling them. From what I can understand, a 12-pack of them will cost $40 and a 4-pack will cost $16. Now I get really pissy when I hear that someone is attempting to capitalize on the plight of poor people. So in America you can patent a design, but you cannot patent an idea. All right, and so what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how to create one of these pitfalls. And let me make sure I'm in the frame here. Create one of these pitfalls on your own. Now, this innovation came to me from a viewer who's in the Toronto, Canada area. But one of the things he suggested is, you know, when you have furniture, usually a bed or a dresser or something, they typically will have 4 legs, and each one of those legs will be touching the ground. And that is a very common way for bed bugs to get to you, is they will ascend to get into your bed in the first place, is they will climb up usually on the legs of the bed. And one of the best ways you can prevent that is by using one of these, what I call double concentric circle traps. This is a pitfall essentially, and what you're doing here is you put the leg of your bed, let's use this as the piece of furniture, will sit in the middle of that ring. Now this is a $1 bowl I bought at Dollar General. This is a lid that came off of a Kool-Aid concentrate thing. Works really well for this. You set that in there, you might want to even glue it. But you put the leg of the bed there. This kills bed bugs coming and going. And what I mean by that is if they are already in the bed, as they try to get back down from the bed, they're stuck into the center ring. Let me move my hand out of the way. They'll be stuck in the center ring. Now, for bed bugs on the outside, I suggest using, this is athletic tape. I think I got this at Dollar General for $2 for a roll. It has fabric on one side and it's adhesive on the other. Makes an excellent ascension platform, a ramp for the ramp. And all you're going to do is you're going to tear off a snip, and you're going to leave about 1/4 inch, maybe even a little more, overhang on your pitfall. I probably tore off too big a piece. Yeah. But if you can see that, you see how that's going to overlip, it's going to overhang? And what that's going to do, I probably put it too far, but yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, well, you get the general idea. And you're going to, of course, you want to make it so that it touches the ground. The bed bug cannot climb up smooth surfaces, but they can climb up fabric really well. And that's why this tape is handy, because it allows you to get it right down to the floor. And I'm just screwing this all up, but I think you get the notion. I think you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And you can make it look a lot neater than that. But the concept being that the bed bugs, you know what, let me go ahead and do this laugh, because I know I'm going to get a lot of mail about, I did it just the way you showed it and it didn't work. So let me go ahead and get it all the way to the base. All right. So it's going to be touching the ground. Make sure I'm in the frame. Okay. So bed bugs can ascend that way. They're going to try to get to you, right? If you're sleeping in your bed, they're going to try to get to you. And let's just imagine this is the leg of the bed or dresser or whatever piece of furniture. So they're going to crawl up here, crawl up the side, and they're going to go over the lip, and boom, they're going to be in that pitfall. And because this is smooth, and I would recommend putting some talcum powder in there or something like that, because it's smooth, they're not going to be able to get out, and it's literally going to stop them in that outer ring. And again, if they are already in the bed, as they try to descend to the ground, boom, they're going to be stopped in that. So that is one way. That's a new innovation that we have that I wanted to show you. Also, I want to talk about Cemexa. I think you guys have already probably seen the videos on Cemexa, but I want to stress the importance of it. The reason why I think this is just one type of amorphous silica gel. It sells for about 15 bucks, but it is extremely deadly against bed bugs, and it doesn't require a license. It's very non-toxic. It's even approved for daycare use here in America. So I would recommend implementing several strategies, but certainly whatever strategy you choose, you want to incorporate the use of a desiccant. Don't use DE. Don't waste your money. The studies have shown that DE is not as effective. This stuff right here, a study showed that it killed 87.5% of the total bedbug population within 24 hours. So it's extremely deadly and for bed bugs, but very non-toxic for human use. Now, when you go ahead and buy that Cemexa, I recommend that you go ahead and get you an applicator. Now, this is an applicator that has a spring in here. You feel it, put the Cemexa in there, and it basically squirts it. I don't want. So you can see you can see how fine that is, and because it's so fine, you can get it right into the cracks and crevices of your box spring mattress. The study from University of Minnesota says that 85% of all bed bug infestations will be within 6 feet of the hose, wherever you rest or sleep for long periods of time. That's going to be your bed. So in your headboards and things like that, stuff around your bed. So that is why that's so good, because it'll if left undisturbed, this particular brand will continue to remain effective for up to 10 years. So it's a game changer. Now, I get a lot of questions. I'm going back to the man of one book. I created a video where, let me get this lined up. I created a video where I tried to show people how to use the lure and to get it into the pitfall using tubing, which I still think is a great idea. But I'm getting a lot of pushback from people saying, "Well, I can't get this. It's too kinky. I can't get it to stick. How do I do that?" You know. And one of the viewers, very avid viewer, recommended, "Why don't you use aquarium lining for fish tanks? You know, the same air line that you use for your fish tank. It's not as what's the word I'm saying? It's more pliable. It's not as likely to hold a shape as this. But here's another method, and I'm going to show you here. You can use a coat hanger. You can use wire to straighten this thing out. Now, this is a regular coat hanger. Let me make sure I got this in the frame. And a pair of Kleins. I call them they're diagonal cutters. But okay, so let's go. I only got 10 minutes to do this video, so I gotta hustle. Cut you off a portion, you know, and you don't have to be a metal worker, but you generally want to try to put some stiffness into that tube, right? And so what I'm going to do is make a little, I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm going to pigtail the end of this wire. Actually, let me wait till I get it in. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna pigtail one end of it so it doesn't pull out, right? And it's safe. It's not gonna cut you. Okay, so you're gonna pigtail one end, and then take your hose and through the cap end, rig your wire in here. Okay, and now you can see why we pigtailed that, so it doesn't pull all the way out. Okay, now when you put it back on. Am I in the frame? Make sure I'm in the frame here. Okay, now when you get your, okay, maybe that's better. All right, now when you get your, you got your wire in there, now you can direct it where you want it. You know, you can bend that tubing precisely where you want it. All right? Yeah. put that bad boy right into the pitfall. Am I in the camera? Make sure you guys can see this pretty well. But the key is, you don't want to create an escape ladder so the bugs can get out. But you want to make it where it's saturating that the bottom of that pitfall. So that wire hanger is a good way to get the appropriate fashion, to fashion at an appropriate angle the way you want it. All right? Now, just one more tip while I have you here, and I'll let you go. All right. Now, Silica. We talked about the benefits of it and how important it is. This costs about 15 bucks for a 4 ounce. This is enough to do your house. This costs about 12 bucks, right? So you're almost going to pay as much for the applicator as for the powder. Now, there's a lot of people on limited funds, and I understand that. So what I want to show you first, that if you can afford it, or if you can scrape the change together, go ahead and get this. This thing is going to prove invaluable because it's going to allow you to put this stuff along the baseboards. It's going to allow you to put it behind picture frames. It's going to allow you to put it in places where you would not normally be able to access. Okay, that powder is really fine and it works really well. Now, having said that, if you don't have the means to do that, I want you to just go out and get you a $1 brush. I bought this one the other day just for demonstration purposes. I got this this is a lady's cosmetic, I think it's for blush, but I got this for $1 at a Dollar General store. Now, you're gonna dip it, I'm sure you know what to do, but you're gonna put that in the powder and then manually put it into the creases and crevices. Now I want you to know that a bed bug, where's my box? A bed bug can fit anywhere a credit card can fit. Okay? So if you can imagine, if you got a gap anywhere in your bed or behind your furniture that is the width of a credit card, you got to get some powder in there. And these brushes will work fine. I particularly like the brushes that have lots of long bristles. This is a painter's brush. It might be a little bit more expensive, but I like that because you can really get into those crevices. Now, the way the Silica works, and I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but the way that Silica works is it essentially coats the outside of the bug and it drives the bug up, and so the bug will literally dehydrate. And all the fluid that is contained within the moisture, it won't be able to retain that. Okay? All right, I think I've said anything. If you have any more tips, tactics, techniques, things you want to let me know, please post them to the site. We're writing a book. I'm going to try to have this book out on Amazon by October. I'm looking for early fall, and I need pictures and stories. So please, if you have an interesting success story or something that you used in a real world situation, let me know. My email is joelzwilliams@gmail.com. I welcome any pictures, any insight that you'd want to offer. Thanks a lot. I'm the Poor People's Advocate. You will recognize me by my white hat, but you will know me by my virtuous ways. Thank you.